are live. America, welcome to sports in layman's terms. I'm your boy Willie Soso, and we have a full crew this evening. The gang is all back together. To my right, we have
CB franchise America. Great to be back. Missed the last couple of weeks, but I'm looking forward to tonight's show.
Hey.
And to my right, my left.
Your other left.
My other left. We have back for the first time in a long time.
TVD. I still don't know. I took a sabbatical and still have no nickname. Just pray for her. She's still smiling.
And to her left, we know this guy.
It's a work in progress. You ain't working on yourself. What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
Working on myself.
Okay.
My work in progress.
Y'all know how this goes. No coach speak, no media spin, just some folks at the bar talking sport, just like you. So, let's get into it. Us, just like you, been reading and watching the biggest. This is. I don't like my choice of words here already.
Let's be simple with it.
This is one of the most interesting. This is the sports story that's dominating the news cycle.
Okay.
I think I got through that.
You did well.
You did well.
Without any double entendre.
You did well.
I was waiting for it.
Mel Tucker. Not doing it.
Tucker,
All
we're
right.
not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
All right.
Mel Tucker, the head football coach at Michigan State University, suspended without pay for alleged sexual harassment allegations against one Brenda Tracy. Now, America, I'm not going to go over the sort of details of this, but long story short, it's a he said, she said, just like a lot of sexual harassment suits are. Only difference in this one is Mel Tucker admitted
To jacking off. Oh, go ahead.
We were going to say masturbation, the legal word.
he admitted to that. He said it was consensual
To massaging the sausages. All right.
phone sex.
Okay.
So now we're here. Let's just go through.
That's what his nuts said.
Started from the bottom. Nope, not doing this with you. Initial thoughts.
Initial.
Let's, and I'm probably gonna regret
All right.
this. Let's start with
Wait, this is probably big.
whip in progress.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be. Yeah.
All right, my thoughts on the whole thing. And seriously, I'm serious about this, man. I'm disappointed in Mel for real. Seriously disappointed in him. Married
Agreed.
man. He's too old to be doing that type of activity on a phone with somebody that you supposedly be mentoring or whatever she's supposed to be in.
Yeah.
And I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. You got $80 million on the table. You don't have to do that. You got a wife at home. You don't have to do that. You got a lot of stuff going for you, and then you go for a woman who has been raped in her past.
Yeah.
She's an advocate for sexual harassment and rape and all that stuff.
Yeah, it has a whole
Right. So
brand surrounding.
I don't get him trying to get into a relationship. Me personally, I'm not gonna get into a relationship with somebody who's been that traumatized in their life. I can't do it.
But
I
is it
know-
a relationship?
They had a relationship, according to Mr. Tucker.
According to him, they
Okay.
did have a
They
relationship.
had a relationship.
According to her, it was just sort
It
of
was
kind of like
business.
business friendly,
This business, yeah.
Understood.
but nothing romantic. That's what
But-
she said.
Okay.
As a lot of people are saying, if he was on the phone performing this act, just like I'm gonna say this, I don't care if I don't like it or not, like cyberbullying, you can hang the fucking phone up or you can turn the goddamn computer off. So
That's fair.
I don't know. I do believe he's done. He's done. No, ain't no way he come back from this, and they negotiate how much money he gonna get. That's all. That's about it now. I don't think he ever coach again though, as a head coach at least.
I sort of kind of tend to believe you.
He might be a high
I
school
agree
coach.
with you on that. Joy, you
Got 30 seconds.
recently caught up to,
I did.
caught wind of this, and I'm gonna ask you: It just so happens you are a woman.
I was going to say that's
And I'm
so America. The smile that you just saw is not me making light of the situation. It's just I am the person with 2 X chromosomes that's sitting here. So
but not only that, just in prepping for the show, I haven't had an opportunity to like hear a woman's perspective on
understood.
this at all.
Understood.
Of course, not every woman's perspective is going to be locked
Correct.
with this.
I am not
but-
trying to be the female spokesperson of everything that is woman, everything that is, she male, hear me roar kind of thing.
Mhm.
I do look at things like this. At the end of the day, the only thing I charge him with, I won't do anything as egregious as saying what he's guilty of in a harassment standpoint. But morally speaking, if you are married, even if she didn't consider it to be sexual harassment and never came out, you're still inappropriate.
Fair.
That's the angle I'm coming from. What's considered harassment is subjective, because I also agree with my brother to my left. If you don't like it, hang up. Now, do I understand that sometimes you can get caught up in the sensationalism of, oh, I wasn't expecting this. But not saying it's impossible. However, it's unlikely that you had one normal phone call conversation and then the next conversation you had was him masturbating and moaning and groaning.
Yeah, no, they had.
So that's
several
what I'm saying. For me, I don't like when people, and let's break it down even further. I don't like when females tend to play like, I didn't even know. I didn't even see it come. I was about to say see it coming, but that was about to be inappropriate. But pardon my sense of humor, America. But at the end of the day, you know what's considered appropriate and inappropriate for a man who you're not interested in having any kind of physical, sexual relationship with, regardless if he's married or not. If that's not what you want, then don't participate in it. That way you don't leave yourself subject to this type of foolishness. I am not blaming her. I'm not even saying what she's saying is inaccurate. I'm also a survivor of rape myself. I've had a date rape situation. I chose to look at the situation of what can I do where I don't put myself in that situation. I still hold him accountable, but I chose to ignore red flags and act like I didn't hear or feel or see what I saw. That's not good and that's not safe. So let's move all of the subjectiveness to the side. Let's talk about facts. At the end of the day, you are having conversation with a person that you knew was your superior. You're having a conversation with a person that you knew was married, and you're having conversations that started to become inappropriate. At what point do you start like, you know what? Enough is enough on my end. Now, if he kept pushing that, then, and I'm not saying that's not the case, I'm just talking about what's been presented to the public as far as evidence goes. It sounded like consensual up until I don't like this no more, even though I participated in it. That's how it sounds like. And no, I'm not blaming her and all that before you hit me with all the fan mail, all that stuff. I'm just saying, at what point does accountability for your own individual actions start to take place? And this is coming from a woman. And I am a proactive woman, blah, blah, blah. But to be a good woman means you need to hold yourself accountable as well. So if you didn't like the treatment, hang up and then not saying that she did not do that, but I'm just going by what was presented. And I'm trying to watch my words because you know how everything is. But at the end of the day, I find it highly unlikely that it went from, how you doing today? And then the next day he was masturbating on the phone with you.
There was a lot more to it.
So you participated in some things and it was cute up until it became uncute.
That is the other side of the coin. She's saying that it was unwanted. The other side of the coin is to say that there were incidents and accidents that led up to it.
I find it highly unlikely.
Franchise, what you thinking about this?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say, Joy, that's great, very, very brave of the story you just said.
Well, thank you.
About, your past. And I am very, very sorry that you had to go through that. So for you to come out and say that is very brave.
Respect.
And I respect you 100 times more than I already do.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate
I want to
that.
say that first. Second, foremost, and everybody knows my alliance, where I am, and stuff like that. And then at this point in time, in this story here, I am very willing to put my alliance to the side. I really, I'm kind of like, I look at the story, and we're getting like stuff from this way, and this way. Everything's coming around, and like it's almost like everybody wants to like throw everybody aside and like kind of confuse everybody, except what what happened. Obviously, something did happen. Something did happen.
Right.
And I'm not gonna blame one or the other on this one right now because I can't. There's no way that I can.
It's literally
I agree.
I can't. There's
And
no
if
way
you're
for
not
me to
there, you
say
don't know.
somebody's right and somebody's wrong in this situation.
I agree.
But the fact that it's a story, and it's just, to me, I'm like, I hate to see it for Michigan State just because like what happened with Nasser years ago.
Yep.
And it's almost like, here we go again. And I don't want it to be here we go again with Michigan State. Okay. I want Michigan State to succeed. I know you're going to kill me, but I want them to succeed. I want everybody in the state of Michigan to succeed. I hate to see bad stories come out of our schools in the state of Michigan, and I can't blame nobody. Like I said, say it one more time, something did happen. It had to have. He acknowledged the phone call. She acknowledged the phone call, obviously. And like, I am just going to be like, let's let the system ride out, and hopefully it goes the right way, and hopefully there's nothing crazy happens where it's going to this split. I just hope that it goes through the right proper channels and everything works the way it's supposed to work, and then we find out what really happened.
I'm going to speak to that crazy shit that's going to happen. We can hope it's not going to happen, but it's going to happen.
Right.
This story is just getting started, and it's going to be going on for a long time. Far beyond the October 5th hearing. If you don't know, there's a Title IX hearing about this incident on October 5th. And that's when Mel Tucker's going to find out his fate, which I'm just about 100% sure
he's in fire.
This is going to end in him being fired, and the $80 million owed to him by Michigan State University and its representatives.
Yep.
That's probably out the window. My take on it, I don't particularly care from a sports rivalry standpoint. I don't particularly care for Michigan nor Michigan State. But this has nothing to do with that. I was a fan of Mel Tucker, and I wanted Mel Tucker to succeed for a very specific and acute reason that this incident now supersedes. He was a fucking idiot for what he did. Period. I mean, and I'm sure everybody in the sound of my voice shares that sentiment. This man admitted to doing what was alleged that he did. So it's not alleged that he did what he did.
He's about the jacking off.
That part.
Okay.
He said it. He admitted it. But he said that this incident was consensual. And maybe it was. She says it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. But Mel Tucker, upon signing his name on that dotted line for a 10-year, $95 million contract, he knew what was at stake. He knew when he made that phone call, or she called him, or however it went, that what was about to occur breached all types of morality clauses, or like I think the term they're using, moral turpitude. I don't even know what the hell that means. He knew that would breach all of these pings and dings in his contract to cause him to lose his job for cause.
Me playing devil's advocate, if it's consensual, how would he know that if you're thinking that they're a willing participant in this nonsense? That means you don't know.
Well, this is where we get into the minutia.
Okay.
He was on a company trip, company dime,
Okay.
in a hotel where the company being Michigan State University, was flown there on a private jet, chartered by, for God's sakes, for all I know, on a personal cell phone. But you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. And at the end of the day, if you're going to do this, do it on your own dime. Don't do it on company dime.
On top of that, the person that he was engaging in this activity with was a vendor for the school. That sets up the supervisor-subordinate dynamic.
Correct.
You knew better. You knew better. I don't care what she said. I don't care how she spun it. She could have, let's get this. Let's do this, Daddy. Come on. Whatever. You got something to protect.
And at the end of the day, you are married. So that and that's the biggest problem for me.
Well, I mean, that's fair because that's something that has been glanced over a lot.
That's my biggest thing. No matter what agreement y'all have.
But it was glanced over for a specific reason. It should have been, but it was.
No, I want to say too, before we move, all of us said Mel Tucker. Nobody said Brendan Tracy. Brendan Tracy, her name has to be out there too, and she has to get the same. She needs to get the same.
Real quick, let's talk about that, and then we can move on, man.
Yeah, but I don't want to spend too much time either. But all we're saying is Mel Tucker. We should actually say,
I agree. So let's do this, and then let's move on.
Yeah.
The only reason we, the fans, the public at large, are even talking about this is because Brenda Tracy, that is the young lady's name, she went to USA Today, gave them 1,200 pages of this Title IX investigation, which, and I don't know the legalese on this, but I would tend to think that that's prohibited. And there has to be some type of violation there.
Yeah.
I agree.
It comes out today. She sends a tweet today, said the reason that she did that was because her name, all this stuff is supposed to be confidential and locked and sealed for only the Title IX investigators to look at. But she said somebody leaked her name. So that's why she got out in front of it and put her story out in the world.
Right.
The only problem that I have with that is in the event that her name was leaked, and the reporter comes to knock on her door, all you have to say, no comments, and keep moving.
And situation, you should have. That could have been something that could have ended a lot of this stuff here.
So America, long story short, it's a lot of alleged blame to go around on this. This is not cut and dry, but there are some tumblers that have been tripped over right now to make me think that
there's more to the story.
It's a whole hell of a lot more to the story. So y'all stay tuned.
And only two people know.
For sure.
And that is going to be Mel and Brenda. All of us are speculating based upon hearsay from each person's side of the story. Telling the truth does not mean that you're lying. You're just telling the version that you perceive to be the facts. So I'm not victim. And to me, I don't see a victim in this situation because if it's two willing adults.
Who knows if there is?
Exactly.
So let's just
let it play out.
Let's play out.
Yep. I agree.
All right.
On the college football
Smooth transition.
Smooth criminal
football. So raise your hand if you believe this statement to be true. University of Colorado Buffaloes are the hottest story in college football. Anybody believe that?
Nope.
No.
I'll raise my hand about being in the hottest
story
in college football.
The hottest story in college football.
I didn't say the hottest thing.
I don't think it would be hottest thing.
The hottest story in college football is Deion Sanders, not the Buffaloes.
I can say that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Hold on. That's a fair point. The hottest story in college football is Deion Sanders. This is true.
I definitely agree with that.
America, this weekend, Colorado did it again. This time it was over the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and from what I understand, they handled it.
Blew them out.
Handled it.
Took him like
They popped that
they took
corn.
him out to the shed,
They popped that corn.
whipped him. But Nebraska,
Now I got a question. Did
Nebraska
anybody
ain't no
watch the
tough.
game?
Yeah,
I watched the game.
I didn't watch
I
it.
did not.
I watched the
I
game.
did not.
I did.
The
But
first
Nebraska ain't no tough. They not a tough
But
team
here's
anyway.
I got a question. I keep hearing people say that Colorado was now mind you, I had them. I picked them to win, but people keep saying that they were struggling with Nebraska in the first half.
First half,
They did.
First half, they struggled so
They did.
bad.
But when and like I said, I didn't watch it, but the score at halftime was 13-0. I don't call that struggling. What was the struggle?
Where's the struggle?
The struggle was like watching the game because there was no offense
Well,
Okay.
because you went to sleep
whatsoever.
does not mean it's
I
a
mean,
struggle.
nobody was doing nothing.
Well,
You know,
to be fair, Nebraska has a
Shador's-
really good defense. They
Shador
just didn't
Sanders
finish it off.
was like
Just win.
not Shador Sanders in the first half against
you
TCU. He was struggling. He wasn't doing nothing. TCU pretty much gave them so many like chances to like put them out, and they just
Oh,
couldn't.
you mean Nebraska?
Yeah, Nebraska. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and they just could not like conquer. But in the second half, when they made their adjustments, then yeah, like Colorado came in and then it's started putting a whoop ass on them.
Okay.
But yeah, but like the first half was a very, very, very hard watch
All right.
because it's something I was looking forward to watch and I wanted to see it. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting ready to
So,
change the channel.
Franchise. Since you saw the game, you know the big hoopla and all the talking about the Deion Sanders' son. How is he good?
Yeah.
Is he good? As they
Shador
talk?
Sanders started out slow, and I think he looks. I think he's learning right now. Like he was always looking at. I think the guy's wide receiver name is Weaver. He's looking at now, and like I think he's actually going through progressions now a little bit more. But like he has proven himself to be a top college quarterback. He is going to be someone that is going to be talked about come NFC's come Heisman. If he puts out the same numbers he's going through right now, but he's got to prove it to me in a couple games later. Now we'll go through that later when we talk about the hype about Colorado. But I think Shador Sanders is a legitimate college quarterback.
Okay. Overall, because I hear there's this other kid on their team, Travis Hunter. I hear they got this kid playing every damn snap.
Oh, he's Deion. He's Deion when Deion was playing both sides of the ball. And and the big worry about that there
Well,
is
I
like,
gotta
going,
start
is
watching
he going to get tired come game 7, game 8, where they might need that 7th or 6th or 7th win to guarantee him a playoff? I'm not a playoff, but like a bowl game at least.
So what I'm hearing is
I gotta watch more.
we know. Well, yes.
Yeah.
We know that Deion is for real. He's an icon.
Mhm.
Shador Sanders is for real.
Okay.
Travis Hunter is for real.
For real.
As a whole, is Colorado for real? Are they for real?
They for real enough to make a threat in the Pac-12.
They're for real enough to make a. Nah, they play Colorado State.
Well, that's not really saying too much, though.
Well,
That's my point, though.
Well,
I don't expect him. I don't expect him to go
hold on.
to the playoffs. I don't expect that. No,
I think about
You
it.
don't?
no.
They got a cakewalk, or
They're not gonna
an alleged
nah.
cakewalk.
They're
next
not going.
week, or this weekend
this-
coming
right.
up. Then they have Oregon. Then they have USC.
They're not going to go through USC.
Ask me that same question
In 2 weeks?
after them 2 games.
Okay.
They're not going to go through USC. It's not going to happen.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Hey, listen, I'm reserving judgment until the
Yeah,
Oregon game.
I'm waiting for both those games
But Oregon is really, really good.
because
Oregon. Nah, I did watch the
I mean,
Oregon
USC
game.
is really, really
They're
good.
good.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
Shit.
No doubt. I mean, Oregon is coming up first, though. So I want to see what they do in that game before I even say that they're for real on any level.
I'm waiting for 2.
I agree.
I'm gonna see them both.
As far as
I wanna
the
see-
Pac-12
I want to see them both.
They are
Yeah, that's cool. but it's not
1,000% better than it was last year.
Pac-12
But
ain't no
it-
joke this season.
If Colorado goes
Yeah.
up,
Oregon nice.
You know what bad about that, though?
USC nice. Washington
You know what's
nice.
sad about that,
Oregon
though?
State nice.
Pac-12 is actually, they have more teams in the top 25 than any other Power 5 right now. And the sad part about that is they busted them up next year.
Yeah, that's
That's the sad part about
that
that.
definitely sucks.
But isn't that what happened with college
I mean,
anyway? Because
that's
they
what's
graduate and they get drafted.
I mean,
Well-
Colorado should win against Colorado State. That's probably a done deal.
Yeah, nobody.
But if you go through and you get drilled by USC and Oregon the next 2 weeks, then we're like, okay, it was a great story for a while. Let's see you beat somebody else after that.
So
if he
I'm rooting for
if they
him.
beat
Don't get me
one
wrong,
of
I'm
the
rooting for him. I'm rooting
I'm
for
gonna
him,
be
but
impressed.
he's
I'm not about to
dealing
play
with
with you.
a lot of
They be
stuff
one of
over
them, I'm
there
gonna be
where
impressed.
what,
They're not supposed to beat them
80% turnaround of the
All right.
team. I mean, He's got a work cut out for him.
All right,
But
so
if he
we'll
gets
see.
jacked, against Oregon and USC, if he comes back, maybe Stanford, maybe he might
No,
he'll be
Stanford
Stanford.
sucks this year.
Yeah, so like,
But
But-
we'll see.
But
We'll-
they're supposed to lose to them though.
yeah,
well, no, but
Yeah,
you
that
know
is
They
what?
are supposed to lose to USC and Oregon.
yes, they are.
I know, but
They're not going to be favored in those games.
so yeah, so that,
But if they win one of them games, I'm be impressed.
All right,
okay, yeah. If they win one of them game, I'll be impressed.
fair enough. So we'll reserve
Same as you.
judgment
Same as
on
you.
For
Colorado.
another 2
Same
weeks.
as you.
Just like you, America, we're going to stay tuned on that. More football. Does anybody, before I ask this question, I'm just going to read this. This is AP top 25 as it stands right now.
Say it out loud.
I know
Georgia,
it.
number 1.
As always.
Michigan,
Come on.
number 2. Florida State, number 3. Texas, number 4. USC, 5.
And where's Ohio?
6.
9.
Now, I'm not going to go through all 25.
As you should not.
Let's do the top 10. Do the
I'll
top 10.
top 10.
He did the top 10.
Penn State, 7.
They still got-
Washington, 8. Notre Dame, 9. Fuck them. Oh, and Alabama, 10.
Roll Tide.
Do you all have a problem with any of that?
Yes.
No.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go with Whip over down there.
I do.
Where's your problem?
I got 2 issues. Florida
Oh,
State
here we
1
go.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
and Texas so jump so high. I do have an issue with that.
Uh-huh.
Just because you beat Alabama don't put you at fucking 4.
I think if you beat Alabama, you should jump Ohio State no matter where you are.
That's how I
No.
feel.
I don't-
Alabama is not the Alabama
All right,
road,
it's
dog.
not- it's not
Come
like
on,
Alabama
really?
is Alabama.
It's not
It
like
doesn't matter. Y'all going on a pass.
It's not like
America?
it
The
doesn't-
pass Alabama is today's Alabama.
Because we got to keep note of this. I have to put a pin in it. Anytime Whip says something that I completely
Agree with.
that.
Y'all need to do a toast. Do a toast.
Those are fuck it, man.
Cheers.
It's not like
Clink, clink.
It's not
Those
like-
are the 2 that I.
it's not like Texas was number 25 and beat
But
Alabama
they were
and
11.
moved up to number
But at the
3.
end of the day,
They were
Ohio,
11.
It was like they were number
They jumped up-
11.
They jumped up
They
7
jumped the what?
spots.
the fact
Which
that
they
Bama and
should.
Ohio State are
Just
not
'cause you
up
beat
there
Alabama,
means
They
something.
should.
Yes,
No,
it,
that's a no-brainer.
Alabama
No.
ain't got nothing else to do
Who?
but play football
But
and
y'all
basketball.
still talk about the
Name
Alabama
one team that should be
home.
above
This
Texas.
is not the same.
Name one team
Hold on,
above-
Bo, this is not the same Alabama.
It's not.
It's the same state.
Oh
Hey,
my
it's
God.
not our fault that the ranking what the rankings were. Texas beat the team in front of them, and guess what? Texas
Yeah,
is
okay,
like,
so move
So,
up,
but
but not
hold on.
7 spots.
You don't jump freaking Penn State
wait,
on
wait,
them.
At the end of the day, the legacy that
If
Bama has,
Alabama
the shit
loses,
that they
in
do.
my
and
book,
that's the problem.
when Alabama
That right
loses,
there, what you just said is the problem.
What's
when
But that's,
They're
that's the
living on
reality.
their laurels.
That's the reality.
hey, franchise, when
That's the
Alabama loses,
reality.
all the other ones will shift up, and then they just fall
Now,
behind
if
them.
y'all would have said
You don't
Auburn, I
jump
would
all
have
the
been
other
pissed.
people because you beat Alabama.
But Bama,
you should.
that's
No,
like
you
saying
don't.
Ole
Okay,
Miss. If it was Ole Miss,
let's look to
be
see
pissed
who
off.
the other who
Auburn,
USC beat.
be
I don't
pissed.
know, fucking some
Syracuse,
fucking
be
Schoolcraft
pissed.
College.
Well, one,
Who did Ohio State beat?
who the hell?
Youngstown State.
Well, see, problem. Who the hell did Georgia beat? Who the hell did Michigan
Bama,
beat?
Thank
big.
you.
Matter.
If
They're in
that
front
is
of
the
them.
That's the case. They
case,
should jump to number 1.
hold on. Thank you. If you're
If
going
that's
to do
the
that,
case-
then Florida State should be number 1. And
I'm sorry, Ashford and Simpson. What the fuck is going on?
Hey, man.
I mean, if you're going by that logic,
Come on, that's a crazy story right there. When you said it's crazy, you tell
Well,
me
no,
Florida.
but
You
hold
tell
on.
me
That's what you
Florida
said,
State's
though.
gonna- You tell me if Florida State's
You
gonna go
Thank
in.
you, franchise.
it.
Thank you,
cannot
franchise.
have it one way for one set of teams and the other way for other set of
What's
teams.
the other way? What's
You're
the
sitting
other
up
way?
here talking
But
about, oh, well, who
this
did they play? And none of them played.
But this has happened
anybody.
all the
At
time,
the end
every
of the day.
year.
It's bullshit.
Bama
so
is still a good
franchise,
team.
franchise. Next question: did you expect
Did
Alabama?
nobody expect Texas
Did you-
to be
did
number
you
4 in the
expect
country?
Alabama to win this
Anybody?
year?
Anybody?
No.
Did you expect
Oh, I
Alabama
did.
to go undefeated this year? Did you?
Huh?
No.
I'm sorry, sir.
Did you expect Alabama to go undefeated this year? Did you?
Hell no.
All
Alabama
right,
by
then.
at least
So
2 more
why
games.
would you let them jump all them other people?
Hey, because you know
they
why?
beat Alabama.
Because that's what they do.
Because you know what happens? Because all these fucking rankings are out way too early. They should get rid of the
Thank
AP. They should get rid of the coaches. They should
Fine.
let these teams play until the
Let the
CFP
game do
has
the
their
game
first
then.
ranking.
You
Because
gotta
other
have
than
a
that,
ranking at some point.
Do that. But
Let the
they
game do
don't,
the game.
and they haven't. And
Right.
every year,
Because they need.
We
You know why
Okay.
they do it?
this bullshit.
Because they need
So
like
then let's
they
say
need
this
like
then.
they need
Let's say
something to
this
put
then.
on TV. Number so against number so.
See,
please
I'm not,
watch.
you know, I'm not even an Ohio State fan. I don't
You
like
do
Ohio
not.
State.
I
You know
fucking
that.
hate Ohio
But
State.
they-
By the
first-
way, they don't deserve to be number 6.
No,
Their first
no,
game-
they don't.
They were number 4, right? Their first game, they won by 20 points.
No, they did.
Yes, they
Against
did. They won
Indiana.
23-20.
Yeah,
20 points against Indiana.
They won
We probably would
23-3.
never
My
see it.
fault.
We
They
never
won by
sniffed
20
the top
points.
50.
But let me.
They won by 20 points, 23-3. They won by 20 points the first game.
Yeah.
The second game, they blew somebody out. And they dropped.
So let me say this then.
That happens.
At
It happens
the-
to a lot of people.
and that's-
It happened to everybody.
But that being said, Michigan only won by, they said Michigan goes 60 points. They go 30.
Franchise, this is where I am
They
with
didn't
you.
drop.
At the end of the day, until they change how they rank shit, we just gonna take it for how it is. It is what it is. Bama does have quite the legacy and quite the
You don't
team.
go by legacy,
Yes,
though.
you do.
You don't.
Yes, you do.
If you go by legacy, Notre Dame should be way up there every
Here's the
time.
only problem.
Yes,
so
you
does
do.
USC. So does Ohio State. So does
So does
Penn
Notre
State.
Dame.
So does Notre Dame.
So does
So
Michigan.
does Texas.
But
So the
they're
Michigan
not
State, they didn't even
known-
rank.
They're not football country. At the
Yes,
Oh,
they
my
are.
they are not.
Yes, they are.
Professional teams
Yes,
outside of
they are. They
name
are. They are
name a
lit-
professional Alabama team.
That has nothing to do with
Yes, it
college.
does.
No, it doesn't.
No.
That has
Let me tell you this.
They are
The
the
reason
college
why it
football
does is they
country.
treat high school and college
Then
differently.
Texas has more of a lineage than Alabama does.
They don't because they have
They-
professional teams.
So what?
I'm just
got
telling you the
nothing to do with
truth.
that. They have nothing to do with it.
I am telling you the truth.
literally have
I am telling
high
you.
school stadiums
I
in
am
college, in
telling you
Texas,
the truth.
but that's
The
not
bread and butter.
that. And that
says
has
college.
nothing to do with
Yes,
this
it does.
conversation.
Yes, it
Nothing
does. Yes,
Nothing
it
to do with
does.
pro football. Nothing to do with pro football.
This conversation.
You're right because they don't have a pro football team.
But-
Doesn't matter. Alabama,
On to the NFL.
they
We're
live that
moving
down there.
on to hell with this.
Yeah.
How dare you? Don't you call me masturbating.
Easy. On to NFL.
They got
The biggest
rankings.
news.
They got rankings.
They do actually.
They
We're
do.
not doing that bullshit.
They got Lions at 7.
But fuck their rankings.
Okay.
Let's get to the real story in the NFL this week.
Huh.
Rodgers.
He out. He out.
Hey, I'm not going to cheer for that.
Yes, you
I don't give a
should.
shit.
I want to see what he's going to do.
I don't
He
care.
fell out. That's what
You
he
saw what
did.
he was gonna do.
You saw what he gonna do. Be old and get carted
Look
off.
at it. I'm going to say this
My
about that whole
old ass.
situation. I feel for the Jets. They put some money in there and they lost their bet. They
Oh,
rolled
well.
the dice and lost them.
Anytime
But
that
I really want to see what they're going to do this year. With
you
him.
know what? I don't feel sorry for no team that claims a city they don't play in. They play in Jersey and they the New York Jets. Get the fuck out of my face. Next question.
What?
She wants
I'm
to
not
have a
even going there. I'm not
geography
even going
lesson
there.
here.
I'm not going there.
Listen,
Next question.
Rodgers is out for the season.
Sure is.
Do you all think that he's done for good?
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Rodgers is not going to go
I don't
out.
think he's done for
And
good.
I want my
hold on.
insurance to go down.
I don't think he's done for good, but I think he should be done for good.
He's done for good.
He's
I
not
want
done.
my insurance to go down.
He'll be
Discount,
back.
double check that.
I don't know if you guys ever watched like a show on ESPN or any other
I have
show
Spectrum now.
about like Aaron Rodgers and what he does. If you think Aaron Rodgers is gone for good, then
He's
y'all better get another shot.
He's
Guess
not
what?
going. I
Sorry,
just
last
said.
I'll get a shot for all of us.
Last
Hold on, I
time
say he's not
checked-
going for good, but I think he should be.
Last time I checked, there's only one sports figure that is undefeated, and that's Father Time.
And,
This man is gonna be 40 years old when he
How long did
decides
Brady
to
play?
If anybody
try
thinks,
to
if,
come back.
if
How long did
anybody
Brady
thinks
play?
Aaron
With
Rodgers'
people
last
feeling-
game was 4 snaps,
No, how old was Brady when he retired?
Oh, he could try to
40.
come back if he wants.
45.
oh no, he's coming back.
That's because that
He's
nigga,
coming back.
that motherfucker
He's
cheated
gonna
the
play
whole
one more-
time.
He's gonna play
So
a game.
Rodgers is gonna play the 45. I tell you. He's
Well,
not gonna. He not gonna
if he
let Brady
under-
outdo him.
back.
If he underinflate his balls, then yeah, he got another 5
Yeah,
years.
we'll see that.
He probably did.
He's
Man.
Why so
coming
much
back.
talk about balls on this show today?
No, but like no, but
Listen.
he's just
That would defeat
No.
him all the time.
More importantly than that, this season
Dummy.
is the season over for the
Dumb.
Jets.
Yes.
Man, look here.
Is
might-
the season
I'm
over
gonna
for
go.
the Jets?
I'm gonna go with the commentator said on Monday night
What'd they
about
say?
that game.
What they say?
it might be.
If Zach Wilson was any good, they wouldn't have got that motherfucker old ass fucking Aaron Rodgers. So it's over with the Jets. The defense can't sustain it forever. It's done.
Is the season over?
The game against
It
Buffalo, right?
might be over
Okay.
when they go
Defense
to
got that
Dallas.
Hello.
Because that Dallas defense is going to probably annihilate that offensive line from
And
the
fuck
Jets,
Dallas.
Guess what?
which reason why Aaron Rodgers ain't playing anymore.
Season
It's
ain't
Buff-
over.
For him it is.
No, the
No,
season for the Jets.
no, I
the season
don't
is
think.
No,
not.
I'm talking about
no,
the
it-
season
see,
for
I think
Rodgers.
season
Yeah,
over
we
for-
know.
I think the season. I think the defense can only carry him for so long.
That's what I said.
And I'm thinking that maybe Zach Wilson might get broken against
went
the
behind
Giants,
the ears. He don't know what he
against the
doing.
Cowboys this weekend, which
I
is
don't.
another
I
high.
don't. I don't think he get
He
broken.
went
I think
behind the ears.
I think they simplified the offense so much that it makes it simple for the other defense just to take him out.
yeah.
Did anybody else not watch the game I watched Monday?
ears
Yeah,
back
they
and they're
simplified
running.
it for him. He can.
Yeah,
They have him throwing downfield. They have him throwing dump offs.
The game that we all watch Monday night. You know what they're going to have to do? Play that game again because they're in the same division with the Bills. So that's at least one more win because Josh Allen is going to Josh Allen.
Yes.
But okay, we're probably all in agreement that
They're done.
Zach Wilson. No, because I don't think they're done.
They're done.
And they're going to go out and they're going to find another quarterback. Who that quarterback is?
Now
going to
that
be,
okay, you didn't say that.
I don't know. But their season is not done. Not that I'm rooting for them. Fuck the Jets. But their season ain't done. And with Brees Hall in your backfield and that hellified
You
defense
have the
that we
cast
saw,
colors?
Who in the backfield?
Brees
I
Hall.
wanted to go to
Oh,
right.
Dalvin Cook there.
Him too.
And that. Oh, and Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
But they're already on the waiver wire looking for their
I'll
next.
say this. I'll agree with you on one reason. If they do find another quarterback.
And they're going to
decent
find
one.
one. They're
That
going
part.
to find one. And
They
speaking
are.
of finding one, since they're in the hunt to find one,
Hello.
it has been reported that one Colin
Colin Kaepernick,
has
come on.
expressed interest in trying to get the job.
And if they do
Who
that,
thinks this is a good idea?
Man, put your hand down. Stop. Put both hands down.
Anybody? Anybody?
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Why?
No.
Why?
Yeah, why you like it?
Okay.
That's right.
No, motherfucker.
Why? Why?
It's two reasons why. Number one, just as a fan, I just enjoy the way Colin Kaepernick plays.
How he used to play, but go ahead.
First of all, you're not a coach.
Hey, he ain't playing in fucking 5-6 years.
So then you call somebody, I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to take these jokes because I don't want to get us canceled before we get started. But what I am going to say is, it's about time. Because let's dust some of the rust off.
We know the history.
Let's dust
We
the
know
rust off of
history.
him. But that does not mean that he is not the raw talent is there. Let him play. I would love to see it. If anything, more of my shit is more on the let's see what he can do. You done did all of this stuff. You done had documentaries. You done did. I like Colin because at the end of the day, what he did for San Fran, that's when he was young before the fro. He still did something. Let's let him see what he. I like the look. Bring him back into the league and let's see what he can do.
Kaepernick is in his mid-30s at this point and has not stepped foot on an NFL field in almost 7 years.
So what?
What?
That melanin is in him.
Are you trying to win?
That melanin is in him.
This.
I'm just saying.
One.
I'm just saying.
I'ma say this.
Let's also be clear about one thing.
And he got something to prove.
We know for a fact
And he got something
that
to prove.
he's not going to get to the shot.
Of course.
That's one. It's a nice story.
You just
He's
asked me my opinion.
Yeah.
Let me say that about your opinion, though.
The reality of it is going to be
He ain't played in 7 years.
He's
You know
not
what?
gonna get
Sing the
this
song
job.
like I wrote it.
He's not gonna be the same.
not going to get this job. And
But that was
it's-
not the question that you asked me.
Agreed. You're right.
There's
But
too many other
it-
quarterbacks out there that just got released that can play.
Again, the question that he asked me was not, do you think he's going to get the job? He said, would you like to see it? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. If for no other reason, because he
We
is
got
an
it.
exceptional talent.
Was.
Moving on.
Was. And
Is.
that right there is the issue.
You
don't
do
know
what
that.
he do then. You today do what he doing.
I was never an exceptional talent at football. So that's a false narrative and equivalent.
I'm not about to play this game with you.
Let's move on and
Shout out
let's
to you,
talk
Colin
about-
Kaepernick. Cap.
I love Cap, but
I'm ducking.
yeah.
I'm ducking. Her cap's going
You
on.
know what? Don't you start that.
Cool.
I love Cap,
Cap.
but yeah, no, he's too far removed. But
But old ass Aaron Rodgers, get out of my face.
who should not have been on the field? So,
But he's still been
should-
Oh
playing.
yeah, his Achilles showed that to him.
But he's
at
been
least-
playing the
at
last
least-
7
Because
years.
Buddy took
Hold
one
on, but
hike
at
was like,
least-
oh.
The problem is there's a big difference in Aaron Rodgers and Colin Kaepernick.
Yes, melanin.
One of them has been playing, and literally 2 years ago
Oh,
and the
okay.
year before that was the MVP of the league.
So I'll say this. Okay, if you want to use about playing, you've been playing long enough and your Achilles is still that weak where you took a hike and your legs was like, nope, not today.
It wasn't that. It's the man who tackled him.
You get injured, you get injured. That's
You-
part of the game.
It is what
But
it
you
is.
know what's not part of the game?
Melanie.
Not playing for 7 years.
So
That's not part of the game.
But you don't know what he's been doing.
I know he ain't up to
We've been
speed with
seeing him
fucking
do
Not
nice.
NFL.
playing football.
Pretty
You
nice.
don't know what he's been doing. Are you his agent?
Not playing football.
No, you're not.
Shit, he probably got to wait
Week
somewhere
one
7 years.
is in the books. And yes,
Don't
the
you
Aaron
dare.
Rodgers
Don't you
story
dare.
was the biggest one. But I want to know, outside of that, what were your 3 biggest takeaways from week 1?
Well, my first takeaway from week 1 was like all the rookie quarterbacks got drafted high. They all started their first game.
Sure.
They all started week 1. Bryce Young looked okay, even though he had like interception or so, but he has a way to go.
Okay.
CJ Stroud, another crappy team. He showed poise in the pocket. He had to run a little bit. It's okay. But Anthony Richardson to me might have something.
Hello, Richardson.
I think he might have something that, Indianapolis might have probably got the right quarterback.
It's in the DNA. It's
Right.
Just got to build your team around.
I think
More
they got it.
people around him.
And I think my second thing was like probably San Francisco didn't miss a beat when Brock Purdy got back. Brock Purdy came on and they were San Francisco.
Just like San Francisco.
I know. I
was.
mean, if you're a Philly fan, you have to be worried about San Francisco.
Yeah, because y'all
you
not
know.
going to snap his arm off
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
And I think my third thing is probably about like Dallas defense might be for real. And
They are.
they might be for real. And I think we might find out. We probably won't find out because like next week they're playing against the Jets. But Dallas's defense might be for real. And I think they might bring Dallas, in the top 2 or 3 in the top of the NFC.
All right. TBD.
You look at me for that shoe.
What you come top 3 things you took away from the week 1 of the NFL?
So I'm petty. Number 1, I'm in Ross St. Brown.
I'm
He a fucking beast.
True.
Fucking beast. Dan Campbell, that's the second thing. I enjoy the fact, because I am a homegirl, I enjoy the fact that he makes plays that are not traditional. So the other team, because that used to be one of the biggest complaints, especially if you've been a Lions fan for a long time, the opposing team knew our plays even when we knew our plays.
Okay.
So for you to get off a fake punt attempt and then you get the 2-yard line at the now, I'm not going to say it's genius, but thank God for being able to...
Having the nuts to do it on your own
Exactly.
17.
Exactly. I don't give a fuck what the point value was. You beat the defending Super Bowl champs in their own stadium. That is a giant accomplishment.
Of the Lions.
It could have been 1 point, 2 point, it could have been a blowout.
I'm with you.
But I like how Philly is moving. I do. Because everything is not Jalen Hurts.
Truth.
Everything is not Jalen Hurts. I like how the running game is moving. But at this point, only thing I really paid attention to was Thursday night football, week 1,
Fair enough.
Lions. That's all I paid attention to.
Lions did what they needed
I
to
did
do.
watch some games on Sunday, but I did more cooking than watching. But
I wasn't invited for no food. What the fuck?
I got you. I'll make some more
Oh.
taco el pastor. But I was very, very proud of my home team because they look like a professional team, despite some of the little hiccups here and there. Because move the hell out the way when they about to hike the ball. But other than that, they played good, solid football. I'm not gonna say exceptional, but it was sound.
solid football.
It was
Agreed.
sound and solid, and it looked like a professional team going against another professional team versus, oh, well, here come the babies.
Got it.
So I was excited for that part of week 1.
What? What'd you take away?
My takeaways was first of all, one of the takeaways I was impressed with the Tua coming back and the way that game played out. That was a hell of a game, man.
It was.
That was a hell of a
It
game.
was.
It was.
Herbert didn't play well. Tua didn't play
Yeah,
well, but
yeah.
it just came out that last play, man.
Yeah.
And that Tua, he came back with that concussion shit. It's over for him. Play real. I hope it's over for him because I hope he'll get hit again like that.
Oh yeah, I need him to stay healthy. He's on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
I beat the shit out of who I played.
Tua played a hell of a game.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the Browns. I think everybody overlooked
They
them.
whooped Cincinnati A.
They have
Yeah,
a
they did.
team. If
Yeah.
Garrett's still there,
Yeah.
Chubb and them off, they have a team. So everybody's disrespecting like they don't have fucking talent. They got serious talent.
Cleveland whooped
I
Cincinnati
think they
ass.
proved they're tougher than the Bengals.
Exactly.
They are.
They
I
whooped.
think
They
the thing
whooped.
is, well, so they low key they've been whooping the Bengals.
They have
Yeah,
been.
they have.
They have
They've
been.
been
They have
whooping
been.
the Bengals.
That's fair.
Them
That's fair.
beating them
That's
is
fair.
not new in
But-
recent history. And it's not even them winning that playoff game. I think the problem with the Browns was
Quarterback position.
Yeah.
they got overlooked by the Baker Mayfield
The Baker May.
soccer.
But did you see how Baker
And we're
was
gonna really
playing
find out something
recently,
this week
though?
with them because they're gonna get
Baker
Steelers.
But Baker was playing his behind off
He did his
recently.
thing.
He did his
He
thing.
did his thing. I tend to think that Minnesota lost that game versus
Well,
Tampa Bay
fuck
winning it.
Minnesota.
But
Yeah.
so what's
And
the third?
The third thing, I'm gonna have to go with franchise on this one. I was truly impressed that the Dallas Cowboys shut out the Giants.
Dog, yeah. And I
did not
hate
expect
Dallas.
that at all.
Yeah,
A shutout the first game of the year for them.
right. At
And
home,
Man.
They whooped their ass.
They did.
And Dak and them
They
play
whooped their ass. In the
mediocre,
rain.
but the defense out there, man,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So
If you got the
Fuck
Dallas
Dallas.
defense on your fantasy team,
yeah,
you're gonna be real well this year. You're gonna be okay.
You did
Yeah.
real
you
good.
did good. You
Fuck
did good.
Dallas.
The three things that I took away. Thing number one, and I've already said it.
Uh-oh.
Thing number one was that New York defense, the Jets defense.
It was good.
Them
They won the game for 'em.
motherfuckers are
They playing. They playing.
they are dope. I
playing.
knew that they were good,
But you ain't know they were
but
good.
to see that up close and personal, I didn't really
Yeah.
outside of when we played them last season.
Mhm.
I didn't really pay them that much attention. They are really, 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 really good.
At one
They are.
point, one of the commentators said, "Stop throwing that man's way, or you'll learn."
Right. And I don't know how far that defense is going to carry them,
But it's going to
but
carry
it's
them a
going to carry
nice
them a
way.
whole hell of a lot further than folks think it is.
Yeah.
That everybody,
Dog
Come on
shit.
now. Hey.
I'm going to talk to you in a minute.
Let's bring it.
Thing number
Let's bring it.
thing number two that I took away from week one. Some of these teams that we just sort of kind of pencil in for the playoffs, they're not going to be there.
Nope.
Philly look cool. Philly is shaky.
You think so?
They are shaky.
You think so?
Watching that game, the Patriots coming down the stretch was putting something on their
Okay.
ass. And if it was not for
He,
that much,
he just tapped his foot.
that
Tap that foot.
I see what you're talking about. Okay.
we might be having a different narrative
I see what you're
around the
Philadelphia
Eagles right
Eagles.
now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Another team, and I just talked about them, the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Looking
Because
like,
they were right there too.
looking like frauds.
They are.
I don't think that they are
Looking like
going to
tadpoles.
be what they are expected to be.
I need
At
that
all.
scarf franchise.
And last but not least,
Yeah.
the last thing that I took away
It better be lying.
was Daniel fucking Jones. Yes, Dallas defense is fucking amazing. In the inverse of that, Daniel Jones is fucking horrible.
He's got
I'm
Hey,
160
hey,
million.
I'm
He took
talking
away
about
the bad
Hey,
shit.
the wrong guy.
Stephen
Hey, the
A.
wrong guy.
Smith,
Hairline
Horrible.
bad.
horrible. And just watching that game,
Make
maybe.
a vocabulary
just
word.
watching that game, I'm sitting there thinking to myself,
Hold on 1 minute. You got a viewer that says Anthony313 says that was a real good scrimmage for the Lions.
Antoine,
You better.
Damn.
how you like this
A
outfit,
scrimmage.
bro?
a real
Oh,
real good
yeah.
scrimmage for the Lions.
Oh yeah, look at it. This is waiting for me. They waiting for me. The villain.
It's the Anthony, I think it is. Whatever.
I'm going to say this.
Still love you.
Daniel Jones is fucking horrible. And watching the game, I'm looking at him trick it off while I'm looking
You better than jacking off.
at 40 million
Did you bet on it?
a year. No,
Was he-
I'll bet Dallas will win. But
Oh, he went into your.
he's getting 40 million, and I'm looking at Saquon.
Franchise,
running
you
for
look
his
too cool in your
fucking
shit,
life.
man.
Hey, can't talk about Saquon. He
I should be
Fumble the
skiing
ball.
right now.
That was a hell of a hit.
I
It
should
was.
see
It was.
right now.
Gotta fumble it. But I just sat there thinking to myself, like, you all can pay this motherfucker.
What would a
here.
dick do?
You all can pay this motherfucker here, and you gonna haggle with Saquon
What you
over
trying to
his
say?
salary. I've
Yeah.
been talking about it all summer.
They paid
Give
the
my
wrong
Lions more
person.
respect than that, sir.
We literally
Yeah.
saw
We just saw
the
what happened.
difference.
Yeah. They paid
Those were my three
they paid
takeaways.
the wrong.
They
person.
paid the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all picked.
Absolutely.
Get him. Hold on.
Absolutely.
One moment here. Let me give you a lot of respect. Y'all three picked the motherfucker to lose. I picked them to win.
I picked him to cover.
I picked them to win.
What are you talking about?
You did pick him to win. You
Lions.
did.
Yeah.
You
Week
did.
one?
Speaking of the
We
Lions,
got
let's get to
Lions.
it. Let's get to it. If
I think I
America,
said
if
lose.
anybody is
Yeah, you
wondering
did.
I did.
why, in God's name,
I was wrong.
franchise is over here looking like the Red Baron or some shit.
You're a traitor.
Feel it.
He looked like John Wayne. and
TJ
shit.
Gardner.
But you-
I hear you, brother.
You're a traitor though.
Hey.
Coming out.
You're a
Coming out,
bandwagon
CJ.
jumper.
So America, here's
Coming
what
out.
happened.
You're a bandwagon jumper though.
Well, here's what
Oh, no,
happened.
he's not.
And pause.
He picked him to lose too.
hell
And pause. Here's what happened, America. The reason franchise has this on is because all of you bought all of the blue ski masks.
As you should.
I got left with a scarf.
So,
I want that scarf.
so instead of
No,
looking
no,
like
hold on.
a real villain, you look like an old-timey
A
villain.
smooth criminal.
Oh yeah, look at
Franchise. Back to your question.
But one of our defensive backs, CJ Gardner Johnson, said we shouldn't embrace the villain moniker. So
Yeah.
we're embracing
Yes.
the
The villain Mara.
Hold on. See, hold on. Then you picked him to lose that fucking game. Stop it.
What's that?
You picked him to
said,
lose
"What's
that
that?"
game.
Hell no, I did not.
Yes, you did.
What?
The Kansas City game.
You stole it.
You picked. They still shit.
Wow, that was like months ago. Whip.
Why you bringing up
Whip.
old shit?
Whip. What do you
Because I
got,
don't
man?
like
Talk about
bandwagon
picks.
jumpers.
because it's not a bandwagon jump.
He bandwagon jumpers.
First off, you're not a fan of anybody.
At all.
So hush, talking about who's on the bandwagon.
We came
Stop
in
it.
there.
But
I'm a fan of
let's
football.
let's continue on.
Like all the football stuff.
Yeah, see, that's some bandwagon jumping shit if I ever
Ain't
heard.
it?
Oh my God.
So
you
let's
picked him to lose too, you hater.
So let's talk about the new expectations. Because I admit that I said they might lose what they'll cover.
You said, Mike.
And then said,
I
you know
still want
what?
my
I
bet,
think
though.
that they're going to win. I said that later. I said they're going to win prior to the game. And now I have different expectations.
You
of
said they're going to win
I
the
will
third
say
quarter
you
after the game is already
keep
going.
up. Today's
Jesus
yesterday's price is not today's price. Keep up.
No, you
I
said they're
didn't-
going to lose like
I
y'all
won my
said
bet.
they're going to lose.
Okay, and now it's week 2, and we have new expectations.
No,
Keep
no.
up.
If you have faith,
We
you have faith
have
from
new
week 2
expectations.
all the way up.
Keep up. We
Nah.
have new expectations.
Bandwagon jumpers.
Catch
You're
up,
the
mustard.
bandwagon jumper. You know what? The hell with it. Since y'all gonna jack the fucking
Calm down, killer.
America. No.
No,
Here's
I
where we
added
are.
up.
Fuck this. Here's where we are. Because I'm tired of people like him.
So,
This is
so,
what's
Red.
going on.
So,
I'm
so,
telling
Red.
the truth.
This is my time.
So,
This
Red.
is where we are.
So, Red.
America, as a Detroit Lions fan for my entire life,
Whatever.
this is the shit that I'm tired of. I'm tired of people like this throwing rocks and hiding their hands. This motherfucker here doesn't like anybody. Yet he wants to sit here and talk
And try to
about
call us
who is and who is not a bandwagon jumper. Well, guess what? I'm
you
here
lose
today
or not?
to tell you all.
I've been cheering for
I am
us.
the one
Oh, they chill first week.
driving. Hush, I'm ranting. I am
Talking
the
to-
one
talking to Joey.
driving the bandwagon.
Joey.
this season. America,
You in the front seat,
y'all
motherfucker.
either get on or stay the fuck off. I don't want to hear anything about asterisks. I don't want to hear anything about, well, if Kelsey was there, if Chris Jones, I don't want to hear anything about, oh, but the past 60 years. I
I
don't
don't
want to
give
hear
a fuck.
shit about it. This year, shit's real. Either get on
Or get
stay
off.
the fuck off. Period.
I think it's a very good rant there.
Yep.
So,
I think you full of shit.
and you know what?
Don't
And
ride.
nobody cares what you think.
Don't,
The
don't
world
ride.
is-
You know
Don't
what I
ride
wanna
the
say
bus.
about
You'll get rolled
One
over
time,
by
one
the
time, I
bus.
don't care what anybody says about the Lions win. Yeah, you know what? They didn't have Chris Jones. Yeah,
We didn't have Emmanuel
Chris
Moses.
Jones.
We didn't have
And guess
J-Mo.
what?
Oh, and by the way, while you were at it, please tell the fucking left tackle how to line up.
Right.
Please tell him to stop false starting. Oh, and stop holding while you're at it. I don't want to hear it. We won, and we're going to keep winning.
But you know what?
Again,
And-
get on
So-
or stay the fuck off.
So to piggyback off what y'all both said.
the best part of the win is like, guess what? We played a C- game and we still won.
So then let's say
Lions are
this.
here. Watch out. We
So
are
while
coming-
everybody tell us what we should do, let me tell you what we did do. We won.
End the
Next.
story.
End the story.
Moving on.
Bandwagon.
So,
I'm still
then
wearing,
there is
I'm still wearing my Lions
let's
shirt. I don't
go. So then there's the
care. Go ahead,
NBA
Look good, Joe.
offseason.
Dust that shit off.
Oh, yeah.
Looking good,
All right,
man.
look good.
So
Cover my boobs.
There's
All right.
Right. They don't
there's
like cats no more.
can
Those
we-
are
can we-
lions.
can- okay, fine. Can we go on with the show now?
Sure.
Thank you. So then there's the NBA offseason.
Oh, that's where I go to sleep.
I did a whole lot of ranting about NBA players being so much better than the players internationally. And these
They lost
jackasses
to
go
Canada.
out and not only not medal in the FIBA World Cup, they didn't even medal. They let Dylan Brooks drop 39 on their ass and lost in the bronze. The bronze. So
I mean, at third place though.
No, they were
no,
fourth.
not even they lost. They
Oh.
didn't even
Fourth.
get bronze.
They get no medal.
So
Oh.
I mean,
Well, sometimes you just get fucked.
so here's what winds up happening. There are people who
Sometimes.
take this shit. There are people who take this shit really seriously because apparently the players that were playing did. What does the U.S. have to do to ensure that they don't continue to get embarrassed like
I'm gonna tell you what they're
Better
gonna do.
taxes.
No, this was all the report that came out already. I'm not sure if y'all read it or not. After they lost that game, it was reported that because everybody watching NBA, I guess, LeBron, Curry, Kawhi, and all them said they might play in the Olympics now.
They always play in the Olympics.
No, they don't.
Look,
Yes, they
They
do.
played in the last
Bron
one
didn't play
and the
in that.
one before that and the one before that. What they don't play in.
Well,
It's
you
the
have to
Pan
take
Am
in,
game.
you have to take
Viva,
COVID into
Viva,
consideration.
Well, they playing in the Olympics. That
You have to take COVID into consideration. That's why a lot of people did not play
Well,
anything.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm like this until our greatest players that are our league take this seriously. I'm not gonna take it seriously.
That's how I feel. Fuck them.
But like so said, they play the Olympics. They don't play that FIBA stuff. They don't,
Oh,
not playing that.
You saw exactly when they lost their bronze medal game. Who'd you see? LeBron. Oh, we're coming. I'm gonna get Steph. I'm gonna get that.
Where the fuck
You know.
were you at for the
Yeah,
Pan Am
exactly,
game? Where the fuck
exactly.
They don't play
were you at?
those.
Because you know why? Because
They don't
nobody's
play
paying attention.
No one cares.
That ain't what
That's-
the world
that's-
looking at no more.
That's the problem. This is why I initially said they shouldn't even enter into those
That's how I feel.
tournaments in the first place. If you're not going to get the top end talent,
Then
because
don't even
everybody
worry
else is
about
putting
it.
their top end talent in, don't play it.
Yep.
Don't play it, and definitely don't play it and then turn around and feel embarrassed when you lose.
Right.
Don't do that.
But shout out to Coco Golf. So
Absolutely. Now that's the international tournament that I'm happy to say I actually sort of watched,
I did watch that.
and I was happy to see
And that was a
Coco Gauff
good
get her first
game.
major.
That was a good game.
That was awesome to
Happy to
see.
see
That was
That was
awesome
an
to see.
excellent game.
But
That was awesome to see.
speaking of the NBA not taking things seriously, something happened today. NBA competition committee did a thing.
Uh-huh.
They jacked up the rules on load management. Now, sitting the player for load management might cost the team $1 million per. $1 million.
Wow, that's really gonna hurt their pockets.
That's as much as they pay these cats, that's like $20.
Hey man,
I got one thing to say about load management. If you're gonna rest a guy, you rest him at home. You don't rest him at home. You don't rest him on the road.
well that's sort of kind of in the stipulation that we're not doing this whole load management thing on the road.
No, because
That's part of it.
because if we're home here today in Detroit,
Right.
and we know Golden State's coming here, we're gonna see Steph Curry and
Mhm.
all the crew. And guess what we're gonna see? We go down and we see Joe Blow and
Right.
all this other crap. Why did I buy the ticket?
Right.
If you're gonna rest somebody, you rest him at home,
Correct.
where he's
I
there
agree.
42 times.
I agree.
I agree with
I agree.
you.
I agree.
Last but not least, with regards to
Oh, whip.
the NBA, we got to take a downturn real quick.
Not
This is
John
becoming.
Morant.
This is becoming. No, it ain't John Morant this time.
Don't worry, give him a
This
week or
is
two.
becoming an annual thing.
You fucked something up.
The only reason we probably didn't hear about this particular story is because it happened the same day and around the same time that the Mel Tucker story broke.
I was going to Mastergate.
You've been holding that one. Holding it. No, never mind.
Masturbate gate.
You was holding it. Don't ever hold him. Don't.
Hey,
You know what?
you gotta hold
I
it.
Don't never hold him. Let it
You
hold
told her
it.
not to hold it. You told her not to hold it.
Nonetheless, what
Let
I'm
him hold it.
actually
And just
talking
listen.
about.
I don't know.
Kevin
We
Porter.
getting canceled.
Kevin Porter of the Houston Rockets was arrested early Sunday
Oh,
morning
God. Yeah.
for domestic violence. By all accounts, he beat the hell out of his girlfriend in the New York.
Allegedly.
It's not allegedly. It's this.
Girlfriend ain't saying that.
They have hospital.
The
records.
girlfriend is saying everything that's reported is not true.
Oh, so the bloody thing's not true?
That's what she's saying.
So nobody saw anything.
I'm saying what she said.
All right.
Yeah.
He hasn't been suspended yet, but that's just because the NBA has protocols in place, and just like with the Mel Tucker thing, they have to go through their investigation. It'll probably be a little bit more swift than the Mel Tucker thing.
Can I start off?
But here we are. This is becoming, it feels like it's becoming an annual thing. We were talking about the same exact thing last summer, except for it was Mikal Bridges.
I just feel like this, and then I'll let y'all do whatever y'all. At the end of the day, I have 2 points. Number one, why not learn from the evidence that you had prior before you? If this was happening in the 80s, 90s, where social media was...
When it was happening.
Well, okay, yes, because it... Okay, you're right. This shit is not new. But if you see it, learn from what it is. At the end of the day, I'm not going to blame the young lady for this. I'm just looking at if you are in a toxic relationship as a man, I've never lived my life as a man, nor would I ever want to. But
thanks, Sam.
Yeah, no, I'm not about to give up this great power that I have.
Hot box.
At the end of the day, you have so many examples before you. Learn something. Learn something.
I would say the thing to learn is
I was gonna say something. I'm gonna let it go.
Don't put your fucking hands on women.
I will say this.
Don't be abusive.
I'll say this.
I would say don't be a dummy.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't be a dummy.
Because let's not sit here and act like no one has ever pushed your buttons to the point that is where, because
again, don't be a dummy.
As a woman, I'm not saying that anybody has the right to put their hands on you. Do I understand that there are some women out here that have no problem saying certain things and putting their hands on you? And by me having a young man that I'm raising, I did not raise him to let anyone put their hands on him. However, if it's your career, if it's your status, if it's all of this stuff, that raggedy bitch, and I said it,
wow,
is not worth you losing everything that you worked so hard for. Learn something. Call somebody.
Now that's cool, and in theory, I get it. And there's only one thing that I push back on. Don't know that woman.
And I don't know that man.
I don't know what.
We don't even
Kevin
know the situation.
Don't know
Correct.
what Kevin Porter is
He
like.
might not be an upstanding guy.
Or if this was even some type of toxic relationship.
I agree.
I don't care about
that.
that.
But what I can say,
I don't care.
But you know how much.
What I'm having a problem with is the fact that this is a
it's becoming a thing.
It's annual.
Yes.
Like every off season,
it's always something.
Not just something, but this.
Yeah.
Domestic violence. I don't know if this is a specific in an NBA thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know if this is just the entitlement.
I don't even know if it's young stupidness.
I have no idea what it is. But what I am thinking to myself,
enough is enough.
Do something different. I don't even know. Even if you ain't learned,
I agree.
At least do something different. You fucking up your bag, you fucking up your life, you fucking up your reputation. Kevin Porter, Mikal Bridges.
Yes, and once you fuck it up, you're done. You're done. Because we've come into a society where people are intolerant of
I think
forgiveness at this
I
point.
think this is why it continues to happen on the annual basis that it does, because they're not done. Mikal Bridges is back in the league. Kevin Porter, because he can shoot 3-pointers, will be back in the league. At league
But you
minimum,
know what?
they're gonna hit him in the pockets, but he'll be back. Perhaps this is something that the league needs to crack down on.
I hear you. And I may take a lot of flack once we go more public. And I'm okay with it because I don't give a fuck. My biggest thing is accountability is that it is something that is subjective to each individual.
Absolutely.
I am always a girl's girl. However, you cannot talk to anybody in no kind of way that you want to, and you cannot put your hands on someone.
Yeah.
I am not saying that that is the circumstance in this particular
Yeah, don't know.
situation. But what I will say that I do know, in certain instances, it turns into being this thing of sometimes some women will sit here and feel like, well, because you're a man, that means you got to sit here and take this abuse. And then when that man
Agreed.
finally blows up, now you're going to cry victim.
Now here's
That's not cool, but
it's
I'm not excusing anything
Now
either.
it's at that point. I'm a regular guy, and by regular, I'm just saying I don't have Kevin Porter money.
You make 9 to 5 money.
I make 9 to 5 money. In the event that happens to me,
Got you.
and I blow up the way that it is alleged he did, it's gonna hurt. But I can go and get another 9 to 5.
Correct.
He has
That's his
generational
only.
wealth
Yes.
to protect.
Yes.
So
He needs to be smarter.
he has to be.
And I
He
agree.
has to be.
I agree.
He has to be. She could be completely wrong. She could have. in
Or
this
she could
instance,
not have done anything.
Or she could have not done anything.
Yeah.
But she could have pushed the buttons. And she could have been.
It doesn't matter.
I agree.
All of that.
It doesn't matter.
It does not.
It does not matter.
Correct. Right.
You are
Lead
smart enough to.
walk.
Please do something. Like
Call the league.
do
The
something.
league has
Call your
chauffeurs on
agent,
standby,
call
like, yo,
anybody.
come get me. Whatever
Right.
the case may be, secure the
Bag.
bag.
And
Speaking of securing the bag, let's talk a little baseball and get the hell out of here.
oh, you got lost.
Y'all
me.
know how we do all this time.
Oh, Whip up.
Whip and I have a bet that my home team Tigers won't win
Don't
over
suspiciously look at me.
71 games.
Oh boy, Whip.
They
The
won't.
last time
Crunch time, Whip.
we did
Crunch
this
time.
exercise,
Crunch time.
the Tigers had won 63 games. That was 7 days ago. The magic
you
number
lost
was
one.
9.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
I
as
know.
of today, and I haven't checked the ticker yet, but the magic number is now 6. They've won 3 games since then. They're now at 66 wins. They have 6 to go with 18 games left.
About to go on a
If they
2-game losing streak.
simply win 33% of their games, they go 6-12.
You owe him some
I
money.
win.
Everybody going on a
Let's
10, 15
go.
You
game
hear
losing
that,
streak.
Whip?
Tigers,
If they have a losing
let's
record,
go.
he still wins.
Everybody going on a
If they have
15 game losing
They
streak.
record,
literally only
Tigers,
have
he
to
still
let's
wins.
go.
win a third of their games. And
I win.
win.
I
You,
will.
you want to give me my money now?
I will not.
I got to go to the
lose.
bank and get the pennies.
Well,
Oh,
at least you're conceding. America,
I get
I'm
$20
a
a
hustler,
penny.
baby.
this has been sports in layman's terms. And I'm sure you've probably heard something ridiculously stupid on this show, and that's cool. Call us and tell us about it.
Or
You
not.
can catch us at Twitter at Layterm Sports. You can catch us on Facebook at Sports in Layman's Terms. You can email us at Layman's Terms Sports. You can catch us on YouTube at Sports in Layman's Terms. Holler at us. Tell us what you think. Feed us feedback, good,
All that
bad,
good
or
stuff.
otherwise.
Just be respectful.
Let us know. Don't be respectful. I mean, this is the internet. We get to say fuck you back. This has been Sports in Layman's Terms.
Have a good night.
Good night. I love you, Bobby.